When I'm broken, I relish it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it. Because if I'm broken, then I just found my limitations. And until I know what my limitations are, how can I push them? How can I get better? Once I see it, once I feel it, once I see where I was broken, then I can attack that weakness. I can fill in that gap.
Some of you have dreams and visions and businesses and ideas and concepts, and they're beautiful, but until you pay the sacrifice, I swear you can't have success where you have not had sacrifice. I swear you won't get it just because you want it, or just because you think you're worth it. You will succeed in the areas and to the degree of your sacrifice.
You never say no. You never say it can't get done. Don't you ever say out your mouth it can't get done. Even if you feel in your heart it can't get done, you don't say it out loud. You let the broke folks say that.
I can reinforce that breach.
You let the folks they firing first say that. You always say it can get done.
It can be the mark of victory or it can be the mark of defeat.
You can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do. Listen to me, you have to be careful when you hang around average people. All they're going to do is tell you what they can't do, and that's okay that they can't do it, but that has absolutely nothing to do with us. We can go from being homeless and high school dropout to having PhDs, writing books, and becoming the voice of a generation. We can do whatever we believe we can do, and we don't need anybody's permission to do it but ours. I am great, listen to me, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am phenomenal, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am going to do great things, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I was created to be great. I was created to do great things. I was created to have great things, and I will no longer ask others for their permission. In order for us to have and be and do everything we were born to do is number one, we have to kill the noise. We have to stop going to other people and looking to other people for their permission to do what only we can do.
Now it's time to see who has the heart. Now is the time to prove to yourselves and prove to everyone out there you are worthy of something. And you're able to do something special that no one else in the world can do.
Every champion has felt it.
Go out there, take no prisoners, have no regrets, have no fear. Lay it all out on the line.
Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge.
You never say no. You never say it can't get done. Don't you ever say out your mouth it can't get done. Even if you feel in your heart it can't get done, you don't say it out loud. You let the broke folks say that. You can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do.
Get up. Go. Fight on.
We must find a way to push through pain, to understand that's on the other side of that is glory.
Some of you have dreams and visions and businesses and ideas and concepts, and they're beautiful, but until you pay the sacrifice, I swear you can't have success where you have not had sacrifice. I swear you won't get it just because you want it, or just because you think you're worth it. You will succeed in the areas and to the degree of your sacrifice.
Do not take the easy way out. Do not give up based on instinct. If you are forced to stand down, to retreat, so that you can rebuild and reattack, so be it.
I don't care if you don't have the money, and you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit. Every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge.
Sometimes your vision is so big you don't know how you're going to get there, and that's okay. You don't have to have all the answers. Keep that vision clear, your eye on the prize. I got no sleep, off the jet, came right here to the West Coast Iron Paradise. In about 5 minutes, this place is going to be cranking, and I'm going to get it on. I heard something, though, that I wanted to share with you guys as we all look to finish our week strong on this Friday. A buddy of mine named Inky Johnson on Instagram, you should follow him. He said, perspective always drives your performance. And I love that. And it's so true. Look, I'm tired. You're tired. I got a baby at home. She's going to wake up in an hour looking for daddy. I got a baby mama at home. She's going to give birth any day to my third daughter. I got Rampage opening worldwide. I got a lot of business to take care of. But I thought instead of going to sleep, let me come to the gym, get my workout in, and clear my mind so I can attack the day. Again, perspective always drives your performance. Think about that, apply it, and finish strong. Don't ever confuse effort with results. We gotta give the effort. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the results. So give the effort and always stay focused on the results. Happy New Year. It is January 1st. We are kicking off this new year, 2018, very strong. Just finished leg day.
The work never stops. You always got to keep going. Always.
I go hardcore when I train. I don't have time to go to the bathroom. I find a bottle, I pee in it, and I keep training like a beast. It ain't about being the biggest and the baddest. It's about a mindset to be the best. Outwork your competition and dominate at what you do. So somebody just asked me a cool question, said, DJ, you're on top. Where could you possibly go from here? And you always talk about outworking your competition. Who's your competition? It's a great question. Thank you for the compliment, by the way. I'm fortunate enough to be on top, but anytime you reach the top, you always want to make sure that you have the desire to raise the bar and take the brass ring to places it's never been. That's the key with being on top. Just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't be done. And in terms of competition, great question. Everyone's my competition, but a fundamental key that I've learned over the years is, and I'll share it with you, my number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you. Focus! Always be the hardest workers in the room. And it's just a reminder that regardless of how successful we may be or how successful we're not, but we want to be, we always want to be the hardest workers in the room. It always leads with hard work. There's no substitution for hard work. Thus, working out at 11 o'clock at night when I know my competition is asleep.
No matter how many hours I've flown, no matter how many miles we've traveled, regardless of what country it is, the first thing I need to do to get ready for the workday is I got to find the gym.
You have worked your ass off, and you are lucky and fortunate to be number one. You have scratched, clawed, and fought your way to the top. Don't ever stop, because there's always somebody else who's willing to take your place. They may not be as good as you. They may not be as hungry as you. They may not have the mana deep in here as badly as you do, but they're always there. So you feel confident. You be willing to put in the work tonight that they won't, so tomorrow you accomplish what they can and turn the heaters on in the gym. Now, let's party. Finish your week strong, start your week strong. Just do whatever you can to make sure that you're getting the job done in a strong way on any day that ends with Y.
Because I like to push myself. Because you guys know with leg day, you got to get your adrenaline up, your intensity up. You got to get going. You got to test your mind. You got to test your will. You got to test your mettle. And we're always looking for inspiration and motivation to get us through. Very late night workout here in the West Coast Iron Paradise. And I got to get it in where I can fit it in these days. I've been on daddy duty all weekend. No sleep. I've been putting in work. Big dogs eat. Little crying puppies stay on the porch. It's Saturday night and the Eagle has landed. It feels so good to be home. I just got back from China, an incredible trip. Now right now, my boys, my colleagues, my friends are trying to give me shit. They're saying, let's get dressed tonight. Let's go out to all the Golden Globes parties. I said, I'm not going to the Golden Globes parties. They said, why not? You just got back from China. I said, why not? I said, because we got work to do. This is my party right here. This is my Golden Globes party. Off right, hardest workers in the room. All right, kicking this week off right. Let's roll. Put it down in the gym. I'm the guy who was evicted at 15, as you guys know. By 23, I had $7 in my pocket. I value a hard-earned dollar. Train hard, stay strong, and above all else, get that ass back to work. Here we go. All right, here we are. It's very late Thursday night from the Iron Paradise. We just wrapped a hardcore workout. It was nice and intense. This is what we call therapy, iron therapy. Do not go gentle into that dark night. And it is reflective of a spirit that we have. We may get knocked down, may get our ass kicked, but we don't go gentle.
When I'm broken, I relish it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use it. Because if I'm broken, then I just found my limitations. And until I know what my limitations are, how can I push them? How can I get better?
How do you get to the gym every day? How do you change your diet? How do you overcome fear of failure or fear of success or fear of fear itself?
Believing in yourself is the first secret to success.
You have to find your inner passion. The thing that wakes you up in the morning. The thing that you think about all day. The thing that you wish you were getting paid for. Once you find it, you need to believe you can do it.
Could I become committed to the process of what I was doing without being emotionally attached to the results of what I was doing? In other words, if I didn't get what I thought I was going to get, can I still show up and be just as dedicated, just as committed, and just as on fire as I was at day one? Right? Because everybody knows how to respond when they get what they're supposed to get and things go the way it's supposed to go. I think that's the reason the quote says you judge the character of a person not by where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. You judge the character of a person by where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. You got some of the most brilliant people on the face of this planet. When they hit adversity, they can't fight themselves out of a paper bag. And it's not even that they don't have the will, like they got it. It's that the perspective about the adversity isn't right. And I firmly believe perspective drives performance every day of the week. How an individual view what they do will always affect how they do what they do.
Folk can't understand why they're trying to pull you down, but you're still rising. They don't want to see you make it, but you're still driving. You're still living good. You're still eating well. They have tried everything they know to pull you away, but you just keep getting closer and closer and closer to your goal and your breakthrough.
No matter what happens, never stop believing in yourself. It is the strongest factor of success. Self-esteem is everything. Believe you deserve it. Believe you can do it. Believe you have the ability. Believe you are on the right path. Believe you'll get it. And most importantly, believe in yourself.
You got to take my life before you take my drive. I wasn't working just to be a great football player. I want to be a great man. I want to be a great father for my children.
I want to be a great husband for my wife. I want to be a great servant in the world. I don't want when adversity or rain comes, I'm the guy, I was great before the adversity, but the moment the adversity hit, I never turned back to true form. I don't want to be that person that's great when everything is going all good, but when something goes wrong, they flee and they want nothing to do with it. I want to be that person that's going to show up rain, sleet, or snow, and they're going to give you everything they got.
You got to take off arrogance. You got to take off pride. You got to take off envy. And sometimes you got to lose what you think you got to have in order to get your best. Square your shoulders, man. Walk like you're somebody. Talk like you're somebody.
You see, my dreams and ambitions are what drive me. They keep me moving in a direction. Motivation gets me there faster. You see, you can look for outside motivation, but this won't sustain you unless you have an inner desire. You don't know how close you are to success, so why stop now? You've come so far, so why give in now? You are a champion. We're just waiting for your time to shine. Keep pushing, the same as you've always been doing. You should never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about. Don't quit on your passion. Don't give up on your dreams. You are the only person who can bring them to life. You are the only one who can write your book, make your film, be the athlete you were destined to be. Help those people you can help. It is only you who was destined to do those things.
The number one question that I'm asked everywhere I go around the world is always, how is it that I stay so motivated? What are the motivating factors in my life that keep me in this psychological space? Number one will be gratitude. I try and find a way to be grateful for every single thing I have every single day. Wins, losses, loved ones, you name it. My life wasn't always this way. It was much different many moons ago. So these days I'm grateful to the bone for everything. The other thing is hunger. You always hear people say, well, it's about being number one, about being at the top. Or how about this? You're always going to find somebody out there who's going to work harder. Well, I don't know that. That might be bullshit, but I know no one is going to be hungrier than I am. And I try and find a way to be grateful. So I hope that helps. It's 2:00 in the morning. If you're watching this, you better be doing something productive today. Very intense workout, hardcore, very heavy, creating and destroying, breaking down and building up that very dense, thick muscle. We always talk about hunger and how you always want to outwork your competition regardless of how successful you may be lucky enough to be. You want to be hungry. If you know what it's like to be hungry, you'll never be full. He said it's one thing to be hungry, it's another thing when you're starving for greatness and starving for success. And I love that because it immediately clicked. It's in my DNA. I know what it's like to operate every single day, regardless of the success that I've been a lucky son of a bitch to achieve. I operate every day as if I'm starving, so keep starving.
That 4 o'clock in the morning is when no one else is up, so no one else is bothering you, and you can focus on whatever work you have to get done. Then by 4:30, 4:45, I'm doing some sort of cardio. It's still dark outside, so it's just me.
It's 4:45 a.m. It's still dark outside, and I'm getting ready to kill this AM cardio. You can't even see me, but it's going to be so good. It's bad.
I do this, and then I'll have breakfast, and then I will go do all my strength and conditioning training at a gym for about an hour, and then I'll go to set.
It's midnight. I'm on my honeymoon, and I'm in here working out. Saturday night, 1:45 a.m. I just wrapped a phenomenal workout here in the Iron Paradise. Got after it hardcore. Hardest workers in the room. We just wrapped here in the Iron Paradise. Another great workout. Iron ain't gonna kick its own ass. You gotta get after it. Let's roll. You reach that point, we all reach that point where we're training, and you break through to the other side. You break down barriers. You bust through ceilings. You knock down doors. That just happened for me. It's very defining. I've been slinging iron since I was 13. Our empty gym, the way we like it. It's Sunday. It is family day. It's Lord's Day. It is also leg day. So this pain ought to be fun. Shit. Happy Sunday.
And in the moments where you push yourself, when no one else is around, those moments have a tendency to lead to success.
Focus!
Up for 26 hours straight. 7 hours ago I was in LA. Now I'm down here in hot ass Florida. I'm heading to the set of Ballers, but first I had to come here to the Iron Paradise, anchor myself, get the workout in. It's going to allow me to work an additional 12 hours. Point is, I'm still tired as a motherfucker, but find your anchor. I'll see you on set. All right, Saturday afternoon, empty gym, the way we like it. It's leg day, which means it's going to be sweaty, painful, and fun. All right, workout number 2. I'm out working all my competition. We are getting after it hard, heavy here in the Iron Paradise. We're here in the West Coast Iron Paradise. All right, empty gym. The way we like it. Getting ready to get after it. Saturday evening here at the Iron Paradise, we are getting after it hardcore and heavy. I get to the gym determined, focused. Here at the Iron Paradise, we're getting after it hard and heavy, training legs. Friday night, empty gym, the way we like it. Focus! Welcome to hell on a Friday night. All right, just worked a 12-hour day. 13-hour day, but who's counting? Empty gym, the Iron Paradise. This is my therapy. I encourage everybody out there to find your therapy. All right, Friday afternoon, clanging and banging before I got to go into work to shoot. I went one-on-one with something. Not a dumbbell, but all the dumbbells. It's called running the rack. All right, just wrap that 4 a.m. cardio. There's no substitute for hard work here in the garage of hell. All right, good to be back home here in Florida at the Iron Paradise. It's about 100 degrees here. Today afternoon down here in the swamplands of hot-ass Florida, here in the empty gym, the Iron Paradise, empty the way we like it. Just finishing up leg day, heavy leg day under this vertical leg press. All right, here we are, 4:45 Saturday afternoon, the Iron Paradise. The gym is empty, just me and Tupac on the speakers. I'm getting ready to put myself through hell with this leg workout. If I don't make it back alive, someone take care of my baby. All right, here we are in the Iron Paradise, down here in hot-ass Florida. Swamplands out there where the alligators roam so free. I'm about ready to get after it. I'm gonna be the baddest son of a bitch in this gym. True, I'm the only dude in the gym. Doesn't matter. Get after it. Right outside these garage doors, it is 97 degrees out there. It's hot as hell. Gym, it's the second coming of hell. We're getting after it hardcore, clanging and banging.
I like suffering in the way that is competitive. That brings out the absolute best in me and in everybody else. I want to see what you're made of. I want to see almost like the Colosseum in Rome. You can't do it by writing a paper. And what I found out, and the only message I want to get across to people is once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything. People know, how do you keep grinding every day? You have to make those insecurities, those fears. Like when I was 300 pounds, I didn't have any drive. I was an insecure, lying kid, afraid. I had to look at my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. We're all looking for passion. Passion's all around you. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And, that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable. I'm in the search for a feeling. I'm not in the search for a trophy. I'm not in the search for love. I'm not in the search for more followers on Instagram or social media. When I started this journey years ago, and I realized that I'm going to be somebody, and I'm searching for a feeling of true victory for myself, and only myself. The second I shut out the whole world and realized that one thing, that I am in this world alone. I'm fighting this race by myself, weakest person on the planet Earth. My goal in life was to, in my mind, believe I'm the hardest man alive. And that's why the whole thing is can't hurt me. That's what it's about. It's about whatever you think you are, you have to make that dream a reality. But that's where the hard part is.
There's a lot of successful people in this world who still feel empty inside. And they wonder why they still feel empty. So they try to make another $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. Let's buy a new car, a new house, a new boat. Let's buy more of everything. At the end of the day, it still feels real empty inside. For me, I wasn't even successful, I just felt empty. So I was trying to hide my insecurities.
You have to be there but not there at the graduation.
Okay.
You gotta be there in the worst
in the
parts
suffering
that you know over and over again. You gotta live that in your mind.
Dressing it up. Same thing with life. If you don't get inside your soul, inside your heart, and fix it, be willing to go to war with yourself. Stay hard. So the other day I got an email from this lady. She said she truly enjoyed my book, but as she read it, she thought I was just crazy. So after she read it, she put the book down and started living her normal life. Just going back paying bills, going back to work, complaining about shit. A few days later, she has time to think about the book, and it scared her. She thought, well, maybe this guy isn't crazy. And that's what scared her the most. Maybe he's here trying to show us human potential, what we're all capable of doing. A lot of people like to put titles on other people who are doing extraordinary things. It makes them feel better about themselves. Gives them a get out of jail free card. I'm not crazy, I'm just not like you. In sports, there's a thing out there called load management. A lot of us like to load manage our lives. When you do that, you can find yourself right at normal. Get off that. Stay hard. With success in life comes more haters. Don't make them hurt your feelings. Use them for fuel. Use them for energy. In times of need, put them on mental Rolodex in your mind. And when you don't want to do shit, roll through your brain. Pull up that person who said you couldn't do something. Weren't fast enough, good enough, smart enough. Use it for energy. Instead of killing them with kindness, torture them with success. In life, we have to continue pushing past the odds. Use everything this world has to give you for fuel. Stay hard. And anybody, not just Navy SEALs, but anybody that can accomplish anything that is hard. The only separator is that they really want to be there. There's some people that get inspired, and that inspiration moves them to try to do something. But the inspiration is very high right now in this nice environment. We're in a nice environment. I watched a movie about some badasses, you're inspired. But the second you're not in this environment and you're actually doing what inspired you, that suck factor is now real. You're now there. And only those people who have been there 1,000,000 times in their minds and have lived in that water and have suffered 1,000,000 times and realize my legs may break, my knee may break, my bones will hurt. I will be the coldest I've been in my life. I will be miserable. And accept that. When you get in a horrible situation in life, your mind immediately says, everybody does, even if you want to be there. But it starts to have all these different questions in your mind in that 1 second. And it says, okay, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why this? Why that? And then you start to say to yourself, if you don't want to be there that bad, I have a beautiful life. I'm not going to break my body up to do this. Your mind starts to say, yeah, this is stupid. But if you are already knowing that this is going to happen to you, you have all the answers to these questions that your mind starts to give you when you're in suffer mode. Try to be 10% better than you were last week. So if you're running 30 miles a week, run 33. If you're swimming 500 meters, swim 550. The more you walk away from accountability, the weaker you become. Find yourself in the grip of life. You can't find yourself by doing nothing. So there's a lot of pockets of weakness nowadays. And we try to fill those pockets with lies. I did it for many years. So I'm out here in Colorado for a conference. I go to the gym and this trainer calls me over to talk to this group of people he's training. He says, hey man, what are you doing out here? So I tell him. He says, what kind of workouts are you doing? I said, well, one workout I'm doing is I'm climbing up this mountain, 3,000 feet, 3 miles. But I do that every day. So the next day I'm out looking for him. Didn't see him. A couple days later, looking for him. Didn't see him. So here I am on the mountain again, climbing it. And there's a gondola that takes you up, takes you down. I'm going up it. I see a gondola. I'm about 5 minutes from the top. I look up at the gondola. I see him, face pressed up against the window, looking at me, our eyes meet. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Practice what you preach. Stay hard.
When you get up in the morning, don't think. Just roll out of bed, go in your life cycle, or go on a bicycle ride, or go to the gym, work out. You know that's what you have to do. And then read something and learn something. So don't even think about it. Stay hungry. As soon as you think that you're perfect, that's when you're screwed. I gotta get better. I gotta lose more weight. I gotta trim down my tummy. I gotta get bigger calves. I gotta get bigger deltoids. If you're not quite reaching your goal because you didn't do everything that you could do, you have time. You make the time. Too much is not enough.
If I fall down, I have no fear of fainting in the gym because I know it could happen. I threw up many times while I was working out, but it doesn't matter because it's all worth it.
Stay hungry. I do everything that I can to be a winner and to get the body that I envision. If you do something, then do it. Go all out. You have time. You make the time. You can do it. You can do it. You can be the greatest. Do it. Go for it. I looked forward to another 1,000 reps of sit-ups. I looked forward to another 500 pounds of leg press or squat. I looked forward to doing more and more curls until my arms fall off. Why? Because I knew that every rep that I did and every set that I did and more weights that I lifted, I get one step closer to turning that vision into reality. You can do it. Why do you want to work out? What is your goal? If I can see it, if I can believe it, then I can achieve it. You know, everything seems to be always impossible until someone does it. I want to be Mr. Universe. I want to be the greatest bodybuilder of all time, to win the championship over and over and over again, and to lift the trophy overhead. So that was a great goal. You have to have a goal. You can be the greatest. You can do it. I wanted to make sure that out of the 24 hours of the day, that I don't waste one single hour. Those hours were too precious. You have time. You make the time. Stay hungry. Little victories add up, and that is what gives you then ultimately confidence. You can be the greatest. Stay hungry.
We all fail. The key thing is to keep in mind what is your goal and keep looking at that as you get up and dust yourself off. Work your butt off. It is so important that you work your butt off. Don't ever look for shortcuts.
And this NFL football player comes up to me. He goes, Goggins, can I ask you a question? How do you keep that dog mentality? I said, let me ask you a question. When you were younger, what did you want to be? He said, an NFL football player. But once I got there, I lost that dog mentality. He had a finish line in his brain. Guess what? A true dog mentality, I have a dog at home. He never gets full. It's not enough you made it to the NFL. It's not enough you ran a 5K. Win a 10K. It's not enough you became a doctor. Be a better doctor. It's not enough you lost 50 pounds. Go out there and do something with it. Guess what? It's 109 out here, but guess what? It's not enough. Stay hard. Today I was running, and this guy passes me in the car. And it's about 100 degrees out here, 70% humidity. And the guy comes back around, looks at me. He pulls his car by me and says, why are you out here? I said, because you're not. Sometimes your motivation needs to be because no one else wants to do it. We need doctors, we need dentists, we need teachers. We also need savages. This message I do is not in everybody. Someone say that soft bullshit about, do you have sunscreen on? This message is dangerous. It's too hot. I'm not asking you to be like me. Do you? Stay hard. Your mind's getting softer. We do that shit with everything in life. A lot of you are trying to find inspiration and motivation with a depressed mindset. You don't find inspiration by not living in the grip of life. You need to live in the grip of life to find inspiration. Put challenges in front of yourself. When you put a challenge in front of yourself and you attack it, that's when you find inspiration. Repetition every day. Stay hard.